Welcome Arisen, my name is Dugarr and as you know I am a big fan of Dragon's Dogma. So for everyone who wants to join the fun, I give you a quick rundown from the start of the game till the point the world opens up and give you a few tips on the way, so you get off to a good start and have fun with the game. When you start the game the first time, you will be put in the shoes of a fighter. This is not your character, but an Arisen who took on the dragon before, and serves as sort of tutorial. Here you learn the ropes, get familiar with the controls and the essential mechanics. After the Chimera boss fight, which ends the tutorial, you are presented with a character editor to create your real character. Dragon's Dogma does something unique here, and that the physics of your character has a direct effect on your gameplay. If you create a big, heavy character, you will be less staggered from enemy attacks. If you create a small one, you will regenerate stamina faster. There are a lot of different aspects like the height you can jump, or if you can crawl into small caves, carry heavy objects, and so on. To my knowledge, Dragon's Dogma is the only game who does this to this extent. If you don't want to manage all that, you can choose one of the many presets that are surprisingly well done. And now the real fun begins, with a lengthy, well-made intro that sets the stage for your journey. And of course, you get to choose one of 3 classes called vocations for the first time. Those are the fighter, your classic melee character, the strider, a sort of rogue with bow and daggers, and a mage. Don't overthink this. Once the game opens up, you can change your vocation as often as you want and even get 6 more to choose from. It is worth mentioning that your stats for leveling up is based on the vocation you currently are. But as long as you are not a min-maxer, you can't go wrong. Every vocation and every stat combination is valid throughout the game. At this point, you get a first glimpse of the freedom the game offers you. Just leave the house and explore the town. There are a handful of quests you can get from NPCs or from the quest board at the inn, which can fill your first couple of hours with these. As of the Dark Arisen version of the game, I recommend speaking with the innkeeper as soon as possible and take a look at your stored items. Here you already can find pretty good gear to start with. Some of those are even still viable in endgame if you upgrade them regularly, and others can give you a well-needed boost in gold if you sell them. When you are ready to get out in the world, just approach the town gate and you will meet the first pawn. Pawns are your teammates and range from very useful to hot garbage. Rook, this first pawn, is the ladder. You will never get above level 6 and is more or less a tutorial pawn you can get rid of pretty soon when you get your real pawn. So once you left the town, it is just a short walk to the military encampment, and there you will be able to learn new skills for the first time. Just head over to the quartermaster and select Learn or Set Skills. For every action you do, you earn discipline points, which you can now exchange for a couple of things. There are your weapon skills of course, but also core skills, which are passive abilities that are active at all time, and augments. Augments are like core skills, but you can have max 10 of those set active at one time. Right behind the quartermaster you will find a Riftstone, who will give you a short quest to prove that you are indeed a new Arisen. This contains defending the encampment from an attack. Most likely, this will be the first real challenge for you. So use it to make yourself familiar with stamina management and the use of healing items. Speaking of which, you can pause the game at any time to go into your inventory to heal up or change equipment, so make plenty use of that. After that, go up to the Riftstone again and you will be back at the character creation to create your personal pawn. This pawn is not like the others, but your main companion throughout the game. So take your time and give him the same consideration as your own character. I recommend creating one that complements your main character. So if you're a fighter and might want a healing mage, or maybe like a strider that's pick up ranged enemies that are hard to reach for you, as it is for yourself. You can change this later as often as you want. This pawn will be uploaded to the server every time you rest at an inn, so other player can rent it and you get points in return. Same for you. If you enter the Rift Stone, you can rent up to 2 pawns from other players. At this point, you are offered a short tutorial quest on how to use your pawns. Even so, they are quite boring and I recommend doing those. They only take a couple of minutes and earn you discipline points for your pawn, so you can get them a few skills right away. Now talk to Mercedes to progress in the story. Here you have to fight a Hydra and afterwards help Mercedes to get the severed head to the main city of Dragon's Dogma. This will not start right away. Mercedes will wait for you at a small camp up the road. So if you want to explore or farm more discipline to get more skills, feel free to do so now. If you sold some of your older equipment, now is your chance to buy and upgrade some stuff before taking on the next part. When you are ready, talk again to Mercedes to start the escort mission. Many players consider this the worst mission in the entire game, so be assured, once you finish this, you never have to do this again. It takes roughly 10 minutes to get to the main city of Grand Sorin, and here the game really opens up. You are free to explore the world, take on quests and do whatever you like. The first thing to do that I recommend is to unlock fast travel. Dragon's Dogma has a bit of an odd system in place. So first go to the inn and retrieve the Eternal Fairy Stone from your storage and place everything you don't need from your inventory to the storage. You also can change your vocation if you like, or learn skills for the one you are. Now a quick visit at the smithy to get better weapons or upgrade those you have. After that, make your way to the Pawn Guild. Barnaby here will give you a quest that brings you underground beneath the guild. At the very bottom, you'll find a glowing crystal. Pick it up and run back to the entrance on top of the stairs. Don't waste your time fighting the tentacles, you can't really kill them. The port crystal you just picked up is your key to fast travel. You can place it anywhere in the game world and then use the fairy stone to teleport to it. Over the course of the game, you will find and set 10 of those around the world and create your own fast travel network. At this point, nothing can stop you to enjoy the game the way you want to. To progress the story, go up to the keep and speak to Sir Maximilian, or just explore the city and pick up one of the many quests. I hope this quick rundown was useful for you, and as always, stay strong and slay monsters.